told Gary and Steve earlier, this is like a jazz funeral. We mourn. We mourn for those who died. And we just can't help but remember with emotion. And then we turn around and we celebrate. Because that funeral is really not forever about that person's death. It is about their rebirth and their ascension into heaven. If you will, this ceremony is to acknowledge that tragedy, but it is to celebrate that future. It is to say, wow, look at what we have now. Not just here, but around the region, around the state, even around the country as others learn from our lessons. Now, we spoke of resiliency. Yesterday I was in a meeting with President Obama, and he made the point that resiliency is not just geographic resiliency. It is the ability of the people, the economy, of the families in order to survive. I would argue that if 1 out of 7 jobs in Louisiana is related to maritime, that the resiliency of the people and of those families and of this economy is indelibly linked with this port and with those like it. This port reopening allows that family that would otherwise be struggling to survive. And as Gary said, it is not just in this region. We drain 40% of the United States. If there's a farmer on the Missouri River whose resiliency in his community depends upon the ability of him or her to get their goods on the international market, as Steve pointed out, they need this port. This port is critical for us. It is critical for the country. And so we come here and we mourn and we celebrate. We celebrate this victory of resiliency for the last 10 years and for the next 100. For those families whose future will be better because this port will be rebuilt. They may not know it, but we know it, and we can celebrate that fact. So I thank y'all for this celebration.